It is 7:25, and oh, yes, indeed, it is just the right time. The right time for some wine. We have a couple of guests joining us at the desk.
My clock must be fast.
It's a little slow or something.
Actually,
yeah. And joining us at the desk here from Trainwreck Winery, we have Steve Larson to my left, and over to the left side of your screen, folks. You recognize this dude, former Hawkeye great, NFL great. We do have Dallas Clark in the house. Good to see you. The crowd's going wild. You can tell. You can tell.
It's wild this morning.
The invisible studio audience went ballistic when they saw you.
A little roar from the
I'll bet Tom can.
So, Steve, tell us a little bit about Trainwreck Winery.
Well, we opened our doors almost 4 years ago. We have our vineyard on the Clark farm south of Livermore. It's a century farm. Been in the Clark family for over 100 years. It was in the Clark farm when the train wreck we're named for occurred on July 3rd, 1920. So there was several people killed, a bunch of people injured. The old Emmons St. L was a rail line that ran along the edge of the Clark farm. So that's where the name comes from, an actual train wreck. And by mostly serendipity, we ended up with the old Chicago Northwestern Depot in Elgona for our tasting room.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we're specializing in cold climate grapes, grapes that we can grow in Iowa and do grow in Iowa. Most of those are developed by University of Minnesota to withstand our temperatures, and we're part of a growing wine industry in Iowa that we're really on the cutting edge of a new winemaking industry with these cold climate grapes. You know, Cabernet Sauvignon, the Romans made wine with that. Mm-hmm. But we've got grapes that we've been making wine with for 5, 10, 15 years. So we're making wines you can't get anywhere else in the world here in the Midwest, particularly in Iowa.
Now, Dallas, we hear a lot about the amazing things you can do with the football. Here recently, the last couple of years, the wonderful things you're doing with the Dallas Clark Foundation, with golf outings, and of course Livermore Days and things like that. Yeah. What made you want to get behind something like this?
Well, it was really Steve when he came back from his deployments, and he came back, and all of a sudden he's making beer from getting into the whole visiting all these places, and then he started into wine, and then we had a pasture out on our farm, and we're like, oh, let's grow some grapes, let's see what we can do. And then it just literally, like he said, how we just had the depot, and we're naming it Trainwreck Winery. I mean, if you look at kind of like our business model, I think the business school at Iowa would be very tickled that we passed with flying colors, because I mean it all just kind of fell into place, and it's been a great thing, and the reason we did it was to have something to do as a family, and having Steve and his wife, my mother-in-law, Jean, kind of running the show and going out there and selling our wine, and we're here in Des Moines, and we're around the state of Iowa and wholesaling at Hy-Vees and Fairways and mom and pop shops. It's fun. It's great to get out and see the great people.
Dallas,
of Iowa.
You said you had a pasture, and you said let's go just put some grapes in there. So this is they have not been there that long then. The grapes.
No, we was
2008.
Yeah, 2008. So yeah.
And how big of an area are we talking here?
We just did an acre. And
just an acre,
yeah,
and you can have a winery. Field.
Well, we bring in different wines from different growers around Iowa, and thankfully we started small, and because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of labor to train the vines and to work the vineyard and the winery and sell the wine. It takes a lot of people, and we're trying to do it a lot of in-house, and an acre is perfect.
So what do we have here that you brought this morning for breakfast, of course?
It's a breakfast wine. You know why I know it's a breakfast wine?
It goes great with cereal.
This is my job, and I like to go to work early. Now, what we brought today is a bottle of our Brianna wine. This is our 2013 vintage Brianna grapes. And we brought this wine today because that just won a double gold medal at the cold climate wine competition up in the Twin Cities. And that's particularly important to us because the cold climate conference only looks at these special grapes that we're growing here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And there were only 8 double gold awards given. and this was the only Brianna. So we could argue this is the best Brianna wine in the universe.
There you go.
As a matter of fact, I think we're going to dub it that. So.
But
Why not?
it turned out really well, and it's
It smells amazing.
a good example of what we can do with these cold climate grapes.
The wine industry has just exploded all across our state.
That's good.
Because a lot of people, they say you can't do wine in Iowa, but many people are proving them wrong all the time.
We did, right? Before Prohibition, we had a lot of wineries here, a lot of
Well,
great
we had a lot of grapes.
Yeah.
We were, I think, the 6th largest grape producer in
See,
the
that's
nation.
hard to believe. People don't realize that. Yeah.
So, and a lot of those were eating grapes. So, and then several things combined to kind of be the death knell of that industry. Prohibition, I think, hurt it. There were some major climatic freezes that killed a lot of the grapes. And then 2,4-D was really hard on grapes. So, one of the things that has allowed the resurgence of the grape industry here is Roundup ready crops, so that Roundup is a contact herbicide. It has to be sprayed on to hurt them. So that has allowed farmers to control weeds and us to grow grapes.
So Dallas, what about some of your teammates that are looking back at you now going, he's working at a winery?
Yeah.
Oh, you hold your pinky up when you drink your wine, Dallas?
No, I don't. No, sometimes it wants to get up there, but you gotta put it down. No, it's definitely one of those things like you guys were saying, just like Iowa wines, vineyards, like you just would never. Usually, it's just corn, and so to have that kind of to be part of this new resurgence of vineyards and wineries, it's pretty cool, and winning these medals. I mean, this is all Steve. I mean, he's doing the work, and to produce those award-winning wines, it's not just I'd like to say it's because it's me and what I did with football and all that but we're actually making really good wine, so it's kind of goes hand in hand.
All right, so you mentioned football, of course, college football season getting fired up here. What kind of wine goes with tailgating? Okay, that's what we need to find out.
All of it.
Award-winning. Award-winning wine. So let's say we want this for some tailgating or just enjoying an amazing meal or a great glass of wine. Where can we go to find Trainwreck Winery? Do we have to go up to Algona to do so?
You do not. You can find it all over central Iowa in Hy-Vee wine and spirit shops and Fairway stores. And if your favorite wine shop doesn't have it, you ask for it and we'll get it there.
There you go.
Absolutely.
A particularly good vendor for us here is Wines of Iowa down in Valley Junction.
Okay.
And if people haven't gone there, they should. They're featuring all Iowa-made wines there.
Perfect.
All right, now Dallas Clark, before we let you go here, we got to talk about your charity here. So we had some viewers give me this hat at Zoo Brew just last week. It was really cool. I had an Iowa State shirt on, wearing the Dallas Clark hat, which was very neat. Explain how people can get these.
Well, they can't get. I mean, those are limited editions. So you have
a limited edition.
Keep your paws on those, because I mean they're going to be coming after that. That's no, it's our. That would be. You usually get that at our golf outing, and we have different things that we give away to our golfers, and that was a really popular, obviously being in Iowa and all the farmers, and I'm a big supporter of the NF and everything that it embodies and stands for. So I was happy to let Farm Bureau let me use that logo on our hats for that year. And so, but we have a fun foundation that's doing, we're trying to make a difference, and we're. My wife and family and I are back in Iowa, and so now that we're back full time and have more time to be more involved with the foundation instead of coming back half a year doing the golf outing and things like that. So now, hopefully, do a couple of our programs that we have and take them statewide. Okay. And so it's fun to see kind of where that's going to go.
Well, let us know if we can help.
Well, we appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
If people want more information, just Google the Dallas Clark Foundation.
Dallas Clark Foundation.
Okay.
We have all our information there, and if they want to come up, it's a fantastic golf outing. A lot of fun. Shields is a big sponsor. They help us get Puma Golf and all these great golf accessories and gifts for the golfers, and really make it a unique event.
awesome.
Do you remember when you caught that pass and you ran against Purdue for 95 yards?
Remember
That was great.
Was that cool?
That was cool.
Yeah, that was.
That was awesome.
That was just yesterday, wasn't it? It just seems like it was. I tell you what, yeah. That did we win that game? I can't remember. How do we? Yeah,
I think you did.
Yeah.
Pulled off at the end.
Good job. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks,
Steve, thank you, sir.
guys. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
It's 7:35. We'll be back. This is a great day live.